Hello there, how are you? You're welcome here. Um, let's begin this process. Um, the last time we talked about so many things, and I believe by now you understand what these tabs represent. Is menu tabs, switch between real account and then real account, which is the one that's associated, and then virtual account, that's the demo account. Then scrolling up, you see beneath it, you see charts. This chart you can find as this explanation. If you click the tab button again, it switches to charts. With time, you're going to understand how this chart functions and what each of these candlesticks tends to represent. So, okay, there are so many things it can be switched to. It can be switched to. This is in line. It can be switched to table, which mostly I do not prefer as a person. Then it can be switched to spline. I think literally it was if spline and line looks alike, can be switched to dots. I don't like the dots. And then it can be switched to crosshair. But I prefer the line anyway. But for beginners, what you need is a candle to switch to candle. Anyway, you're going to need to know how to use this later. Alright, now it's time for us to analyze. Let me analyze this interface for you, which is very important for you. This is the main interface of this binary.com. It is in this interface that most of the official transaction can be done. Now, to explain this part here is the switch between markets. Like I told you before, I just exited that. Like I told you before, when you talk about forex trading, so many persons just think forex trading is all about forex exactly. But when it mentions trading apart from forex trading, there are other products that are being traded too on the international forex trading market. You know, forex trading is foreign exchange already, that is known. But most people that trade it based on what they call it currency pairs. So, like I told you, we have volatility trades and that's synthetic indices. We have indices, Australia indices, Japanese Dodge, Swiss index, UK. We have gold, that's commodity trade, that's trading gold against USD, platinum, silver, oil, and USD. Then before the synthetic indices, then we have on this first tab here, we have forex, we have major currency pairs, and we have minor currency pairs. That's trading currency against the other. You can see most of them, the least time when you click on forex, the least time is 5 minutes, as you can see. That's when you're trading in minutes. So this is the tab where you switch between markets. And what we basically it's like they just included a new market. They included the volatility 1s index and volatility 1s index. They included this market around December, but I traded on it and it went well, but they removed it later. So it's like they just included it this evening. A few minutes ago when I clicked here, it wasn't here. So you can see these people are updating their site every now and then. All right, let's switch to the volatility 10 that we know. So looking at this, what the heck, why is volatility 10 telling me the minimum time is 2 minutes 25? Are you serious about this right now? Wow, trust me, this wasn't like this. This site is under update. Well, let me switch to 2 minutes. It wasn't like this like 2 minutes ago. All right, so this is where you switch between markets, to volatility market, or to a currency pairs, or to indices, or to commodities. Most times I don't trade commodities, I don't trade indices, because most of them require a really lot of time to wait. I don't have all this time to wait. So this particular session here where you see me click at, is where you switch market. Let's say we switch to volatility 10 now. What you're going to be trading on most of the times, either volatility 10, 25, 50, 75, 100, or this one they've added 100, 1S, and the rest I don't know how this. Maybe later we'll get to understand it better. So here, ups and down, I think you can see up and down, rise and fall. I think you just leave it at rise and fall, rise/fall. I'll explain what this rise/fall means to you later. So you just leave that side like that. Then this small red button you're seeing here, it tells the exact position of the market, the exact position per tick. A tick could be in a second. You can see the line here. This line here is just typical what is happening here on the trade here. You see, this is a good market to trade a fall trade. If you enter trade here in 1 minute, 5 minutes, sure, you're gonna win. So you can see the way this line here, let's call it a line, is moving downward, showing the current position of the market. Then this start time, you can see Tuesday 21st January. Let me click on it. You can see Tuesday 21st January. It's always good to leave it as now. For me, okay. The reason why this date was changing, the time was changing, is because we click on date. That means you can place trade for a particular time of the day, the next day. Today is Tuesday 21st January. You can place trade to go off by in the next 3 hours. You can place trade to go off Wednesday and Thursday. I think the maximum times is Thursday. So it means that you can invariably place trade for the next 3 days, to go off in the next 3 days. Please, you leave this at now. Always put it at now. You can see when it's at now, the minimum time is 1 minute. All right. So let me go back to the market. We're at. Let me really see how this market function. This is the new volatility 100 1S we just got into. It looks amazing to me, and I can't wait to exploit. Isn't it? It looks amazing. Can't wait to exploit. So let's switch to the one that we are used to do. I'm used to do. My favorite markets are volatility 10 and 100. And the reason is because of their stability. Then here is where you change the duration, how long you want the trade to. Just leave it at duration. If you choose end time, that's you are going to be choosing the time, that's the time in clock, but always leave it at duration. Duration means let's say you can see 1 minute and then the minute is done. There it means I'm choosing this particular side is where you choose the length of time you want your trade to last. Like let's say we want it to last for 1 minute, we choose 1 minute. Then the 1 minute, this if you click on where there is 1 minute, you can see ticks, seconds, minutes, hours, and days. Which if you click ticks is like one tick is like 1 second. Like for instance now, if you want your trade to last for 1 second, you can see the minimum is one tick. Let's just click. This is $2 here. Let's just click it. You can see we did not check it. Just one. It's one though, just one tick and you win. So the length of time does not it doesn't have any effect on your money as per, okay, if I choose shorter time, won't I earn smaller money? No, the same amount you would have earned even if you had left the trade for 1 day. You have predicted the trade for 1 day, the same amount you will earn. So what matters here is having a right prediction. Then we have you can change it to 5 ticks. 5 ticks means like okay, like 5 seconds. Remember this part I say where you changed 5 ticks means like 5 seconds. Let me assume I want to change it to 5 ticks. Let's see. 5 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see it won. So when it's contract 1, when the contract is 1 in ticks, that's how you say when payout if volatility index 5 after 5 ticks is strictly lower than the entry. Then buy price, final price. This one is profit. The final price is the profit plus the profit plus the price the amount you use to place the trade. Then profit, that's the amount you're getting extra. Let me use 10 so that the figure will be a bit round. Okay, let me use 10. So I can let's say we want to do higher. Place it higher. Okay, in 5 ticks. If this trade win, okay, like this one is seemingly looking like it's okay, it lost in 5 ticks. So now this is 5 ticks. This is how this tick trade works. Then we have another one. You can choose your trade to go off in seconds. The minimum amount of seconds is 15. You can see it below. And then the maximum is, let me say, 120. Okay, 120. You can go as much 180. Oh, it doesn't, there's no max, but the minimum is 15 seconds. That's if you see a very fast moving trend and you want to place trade, you can make your trade to 15 seconds. When you place your trade like that, you click to view whether it's going according to your prediction. This one place law, you can see 15 seconds is very fast. Already the trade has expired. When you lost, you see a red. This when you place a trade, look at the chart here. If you the reason why you left that your initially, there's a place where we choose rise/4 where I ask you to leave it. So the reason why it is left like that is because okay, you are predicting the trade to either go beyond a certain point or below a certain point. Like this one now, this line here, if you have gone through your ebook, I don't know, maybe you have gone through it, this light dotted line that cross on this part here is called barrier. Then these smaller circles here is called where this thing is, this small circle here is called entering point. Then this other one here, the last one here is called exit point. Now let's say we place the trade to go higher. to go lower means the market should fall. If in the next 15 seconds like we place, if the next 15 seconds like we placed is below this barrier, because the trade begins from the point at which the exact point where the position of the market is. Let's say for instance, now look at this numbers counting here. Let me highlight it. You can see this number counting here where I just highlighted. Now that's the current position on the market. So now if we place a trade wherever this current position is, that's where the trade begins. So you can click view it again. It begins from that point. If from that point where the trade begins it falls below this barrier, below the point exactly, then you win. But as you can see, it rose above the barrier, which means it's lost. That's why you're seeing this red minus 10, 100%. So if we had placed the trade to go higher, it would have been a win trade. So let's place one win trade and let's see. Okay, let me check the trend. Okay, let's go. Okay, you can see this is where it begins from. You can see how it's going. Okay, when it breaks in, the percentage at which you're winning is shown down here. You can see you're losing by minus. Okay, that trade was really fast. 15 seconds is always very fast, and I don't like using it. Let me decide. 60 seconds. 60 seconds is equivalent to 1 minute. Let's choose 1 minute. Let's see how it goes. Okay, you see this point here, you can see the timer counting. This point here, remaining time, that point shows the amount of time remaining. So if you have a trade that is almost winning and the time is remaining, then by then you cannot wait for the time to expire, especially when it's going to your favor. So most times, like as you can see, it's moving from below to above, and then after some time it to go to below again. So if before this time expire it finally goes below the barrier as predicted, you can see the top prediction is lower, then it means it's a one trade. You can see how it's going. In the next 10 seconds, 8 seconds, if it goes, you can see the way it shot up, which means it might likely not go. Let's see. So that one is lost. Let's do one good trade so that you see when it gains, how it gains. So if the percentage at which you are winning is shown here, and now you can see a green button below that is saying sell to market. The green button you are seeing below that says sell to market is maybe after placing your trade you see that, oh, the time is also end, like remaining 30 seconds, you place the trade to go higher and you see the way it shot down is going down, it's going to go below the barrier, and you feel like it will not win. You can quickly click on this button and the trade will be ended. And when the trade is ended, the little profit you have taken, you can see after some time when it's remaining 10 seconds the button disappear, which means you cannot sell to market again. When the trade ends, it means any profit you have accrued at that moment, it will go with you will get the profit, and then you still get your capital back. If the trade was moving on the lost side, and then if it hasn't maybe the time is not much again and you don't want to get rid of all the money and see that it won't go down, maybe you miscalculated your prediction, you can sell it and then save some of the money that you use in placing the trade. You can see when it's a win trade, it's ends with a green, which is 9.53%, that's 95.30% back. That's extra $9 out of $10. So let's click back. I was here explaining these things. So now here is where you choose the amount of trade you want to place. Here you leave it as stake, which means that if you place trade with this $10 here, this $10, if it lost, it will lose all the 10. If it will win extra 95.3%. That's about $9.53. Then if you change this to payout, that invariably means that when you win, what you're winning back altogether plus minus is $10. That is plus the money you used to trade, and the profit is $10, which means that what the system takes half of the money. What the system will be taking is $5.12, and what you'll be getting back is $4.8. So which will make everything equal to $10. But I normally prefer stake because one should be sure of the amount they are using. Then this, you can see this button here after the stake allow equals. That you don't need to bother much about that one. It just tells you that if the trade ended on the same line, the same on the barrier, it should be considered as a win. So now looking at this now, you can see the higher and the lower. This is where you click higher if you wanted your trade, if you after checking your prediction and you want your trade to go higher. And then this is where you also click lower if you are making your prediction to go to proceed lower. Okay, like this one is going right now, is going according to prediction. Then you see all this, you see the two trade that I just cancelled. Now if you want to reassess them, maybe there was network error and you mistakenly logged out of your account, you have to refresh your browser and you place the trade for like 2-3 minutes and you want to check it again, you can always go back to statement, click portfolio. You will see the trades that are on, which you can easily view, and you will see like this one now is going to win in 14 seconds. Or if you don't want to use that side, you can go to statement, click on statement, go let it load fast. When you click on statement, other statement, okay, you can view the trade. You can see it's a win of $9.5. Or you can also click on what they call it, profitable. Any of these side you click, you will see you can still view the trade if it is still on. Let's go back to the trading platform. Then okay, when we're still talking about this second, then we have minutes. You can choose 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes to 60 minutes and above. That's when you are placing your trade in minutes. I prefer the minutes too. They can choose hours. I've never placed trade in hours. I can't. Okay. And contract on market duration more than 24 hours must expire at the end of a trading day. So which means the highest amount of hours you can choose is 24 hours. That's a whole day. I've never placed trade for 24 hours. Then you can choose days. I've never placed trade for days. You can see the list is 1 day. You can choose to as much as 60 days. I don't do that. I don't have that patience to do all that. So let's click back to minutes because I love the minutes. 1 minute. Then I've told you this is where you place trade either higher or lower. Then here is the charts. This is how where you view the chart, explanation, then chart. For you that is using mobile, me, I use laptop most of the time and I use mobile because when I don't want to access laptop, here is where you when you click on this I one tick, you can click it, switch it back to the candle. This is where you reach your chart. After reading your chart, you've understood it, then you just can decide to place your trade. Yeah, if you are satisfied with how the chart is going. Okay, you see. So when you place your trade, then this chart, I will the our next lesson will talk more about the chart, because understanding the charts is what will help you place good trades and always have a good and winning trade. So let me know if you have any question about this particular section right now.